have a new queen at the table, Queen Maria. Everybody say hello to Queen Maria.
Welcome, Queen
Welcome,
Maria.
Queen. We want to congratulate Queen Raina on her new job.
Well, thank
Yes. Okay, so we're going to get into some juiciness today. We're talking about Oprah Winfrey and Taraji P.
Yeah,
Henson.
Taraji P. Henson, absolutely.
Like, how many of us are believing Taraji, and how many of us are believing Oprah? You're a huge Oprah fan.
Yeah, I am. But I'm also backing my homegirl, Taraji P. Henson.
All right, then. So, Taraji recently, well, I wouldn't say recently, but a couple of weeks ago, Taraji P. Henson went on her TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is on social media, and she apologized and told everybody that her and Oprah were good.
Okay.
But I found that strange. Did you see the interview with Taraji P. Henson?
I did.
Yeah, so do you believe her when she said they were good?
No.
Did you see them on the rooftop taking the pictures?
And
And Oprah, yeah, So I know you love her. I know you do. But
Yeah, but this is the thing with me. I just feel that Oprah and Taraji did have some words, and I also feel that it may have been a settlement if Taraji say everything was mended.
There we go again with this.
Girl, look, we're gonna take the music thing from you because you ain't getting it.
All right, someone out there wanted to hear that theme music one more time. And for that thing. But I think that Taraji said she was underpaid. And if we look at black women in Hollywood right now, black women that are models, actresses, musicians, they're all underpaid. And Oprah, what I was waiting for Oprah to do actually was to say, Taraji, I understand where you're coming from, because when I started in this industry, I too was underpaid. But here's what you need to do in order to get paid your worth. And I still think, and Oprah might blackball me for this one. I don't care. I got social media. But I think Oprah Winfrey is still underpaid. Even though she's Oprah Winfrey, I think she's still underpaid, because there were a lot of white women with talk shows when Oprah was out, right? When Oprah first came out.
When she first started.
Oprah had the #1 talk show. But I bet they were paid more than she was.
At that time, I'm pretty sure they were.
So she should have been the first one to understand where Taraji, from what space in her heart, in her mind, she was coming from.
Well, this is my thing. And even if Oprah and Taraji had this conversation, I really think that Oprah should have embraced her a little bit more.
Yes.
And told her, hey, Taraji, woman to woman, queen to queen, this is what I had to go through, and this is what I had to do to get here. Let me show you the way. Let me be a mentor to you.
Right.
If that happened, I don't know anything about it.
Right. Because I think the one thing we all can agree on as women is that, let's take us outside of the entertainment field. We're all, either we've been in the workforce or we're in the workforce, and we know, just being a regular everyday worker, we're underpaid. And the majority of our underpayment comes from because we're black women. Now, white women are arguing, no, it's just a woman's thing. That's not true. Because we already know our white counterparts are going to make more money than we do.
Right.
So, I think Oprah could have handled that as the older person in this situation, because Taraji is young enough to be Oprah's daughter.
Yeah.
And if Oprah had children, would she want someone to treat her daughter
the way? Yeah. So like I said, I just thought that being that she was a black woman, Taraji is a young black woman climbing a ladder. I mean, she, Taraji's there.
Right.
And I do feel what she felt, being underpaid.
Let's think
That's
about
me to do the color purple.
right. Like Oprah, they said she had $100 and something million budget for this movie, right? What was it gonna hurt her? Because the color purple did not take 100 and I think they said 30 million, 130 million allegedly, to do this film. What was it gonna hurt her to even give Taraji 15 million? This woman resume says she's worth that. Says
But my question is now, how many other black actresses that was on it that was underpaid?
Everybody that was black on that movie, more than likely, allegedly, were underpaid. Were underpaid, and I just think Oprah could do better as the woman that they're all looking up to, because you saw the video. Did you see the video on the rooftop when they did the photo shoot?
Yeah.
And you saw Taraji do this. Now we all know as women, when we do that, what are we doing? It's all in order. We holding back tears, right?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Here we go.
You
know, black women, we're gonna have to school them, right? On black women body language. Black women, when we do this, like the media said, Taraji was throwing back tears. I said, yeah, she was, because she did do this. But in her mind, it was like, oh Lord, here this bitch come, here we go. Let's get it over with. Lord, she was praying. Lord, just get me through this photo shoot and this interview, and I'm out. But Oprah didn't walk up. She didn't hug her.
No.
She didn't address her.
No.
Matter of fact, she moved behind the person, another person, and pushed them closer to Taraji.
Her body language told it.
Yeah, her body language. I'm like, what is she doing walking up there like Mr. Grinch?
You
amazing, Mr. Grinch. Yeah, she walking up like Pimp Daddy. What we call Pimp Daddy Sweet Legs.
Girl.
She walking up like a pimp, throw her coat open to show her weight loss. And I'm like, you look good, but you just made this woman feel obsolete. And I don't care what anyone says. Fantasia felt it too.
Oh, yeah. But like I said, I wonder, because they don't discuss salaries.
Yeah.
I wonder who got paid the most. Was it
Well, I
Taraji or was it Fantasia?
Well, Taraji was probably so underpaid, and she found out somebody who resume that doesn't look as well as her resume, allegedly, was paid more than she was. And that was the problem.
Okay, is this like her first time really acting for Fantasia?
Who? No, Fantasia's made many movies.
Okay, I'm a little behind with that.
I don't know at what level who's the biggest star when it comes to Fantasia and Taraji. But let me say this, Fantasia and Taraji are friends. So that beef is absolutely not with those two. Because they're really good friends. So there's something else that happened on this set that we're going to have to wait like 20 years to find out. Because I can guarantee you, Oprah racked everybody up in NDAs.
Oh yeah. And I think that's why Taraji hasn't really talked.
Oh no, she talked.
No.
Did you see the interview?
Yeah, I saw the interview, but I'm just talking about really.
Oh yeah, like really got into the details.
Yes. Oh no, I know she talked.
I know Taraji. I feel like she's scared right now because for her to come out and say,
"Don't be Taraji."
Yeah, for her to come out and say we're friends, everything is fine. That's fear.
Yeah.
That's fear being blackballed. Because remember, they blackballed Monique.
Oh yeah.
They
Monique didn't care.
No, she still don't care. Her Cat Williams.
No, they don't. And guess what? They're telling the truth.
I believe them.
I do too.
I
really believe it.
I really believe everything they're saying.
I believe it. believe
I believe everything they're saying because they're not afraid to speak their truths.
So if they want to blackball them, they can. They're not going to be blackballed everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And once the truth finally comes out,
LaShawn says Oprah claimed she had nothing to do with the pay. She said it was the production company that negotiated with the actresses. Now let me say this. Whose company is behind this? Oprah is the lead company that was behind this movie. So Oprah, that's bull crap that she could not have did anything about Taraji's pay, because no one is going to convince me that the woman who said she signs every single check
Absolutely.
that comes across her desk, she reads every single contract that comes across her desk, is not going to convince me that she didn't know that Taraji was being underpaid.
right.
I don't believe her on that, and thank you for that. Thank you for that, because here's what they're doing to. Thank you, LaShawn. Here's what they're doing to black women in Hollywood. Do y'all know it took Monique 13 years? 13 years to get back in the spotlight, and is she really back? It took her 13 years after they blackballed her. And then they all want to apologize.
Oh, of course now, but it's too late. They had 13 years to get that together.
Right.
13 long years to get it together. And they didn't.
Right.
So, whatever Mo does now, is Mo doing. Mo ain't going back to that mess that everybody that blackballed her was probably sending her apology letters and all that stuff. She don't care.
I agree. And Monique's son needs to shut up, and here's why. Here's why. Y'all are out there listening to Monique's son saying, well, my mom was a bad mom. But if you watch the entire interview, you heard Oprah say, I was not a good mother to my not Oprah. You heard Monique say, stand corrected, not Oprah, Monique. You heard Monique say, I was not a good mother to my oldest son because I was so busy chasing the bag, trying to get rich and famous, that I neglected him. But the minute he comes to social media and says, oh, my mother's been having this conversation with me all these years. Let's listen to the key word. My mother's been apologizing to me for years. Keyword, ding. My mother's had me in therapy. My mother's been trying to go to therapy with me for all these years now. Then you have kids out there who parents never go to therapy with them.
Right. They just drop the kid off.
They just drop the kid off. Listen to how articulate he is, because that means she did care about his education. So you're throwing your mother under the bus while she and you both say that she's trying to fix the situation, but you don't want it fixed. So my thing is, boy, shut up, because none of us are leaving you any money when we die. That's your mother. That's your mother. We're not leaving you anything. Why are you even talking to us about your mother?
Right.
She's the one, when she's getting ready to leave this world, and I'm not pushing you to death, Monique, but when she's getting ready to leave this world, her bag is the one that you're going to look for.
Right.
That same bag that she said she kept, like, boy, find a way to tell better jokes. Find a way to tell better jokes, and please don't let D.L. Hughley be your backup. He can't even sell his own jokes.
Can't do it.
Like, so come on. People have to listen to the key word when things are being spoken. When a person says, I admit I failed, that means they have come to terms with it.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey has not come to terms with how she is doing black women in entertainment.
And she's not going to admit to that?
No, she's not. No, she's not. That's why I love 50 Cent.
Oh, 50 be bringing it too.
You know, 50 and Oprah been had beef for years now, but 50 said in an interview that he had a phone call with Tyler Perry.
Okay.
And Tyler Perry, he told Tyler Perry, Monique is a black woman, you know, blah, 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 we're supposed to stand up for her. And Tyler Perry said, well, I never told anyone not to work with Monique. And 50 Cent told him, but you never told anyone to work with her.
Absolutely.
Right.
Keywords.
Yep.
Keywords. Let's pay attention to the keywords, people. This woman was on Empire. Taraji was on Empire.
Oh, yeah.
She did Tyler Perry movies,
Yeah,
not movies.
What she did? What, Baby Boy?
And did she make them movies rock?
Did she?
She's done. Her work is just outstanding.
Like I said, that's a homegirl for me.
Yes.
She's from Maryland.
Yes.
That's a homegirl
Yes.
for me.
Yes. And then they said, well, not all black women are underpaid. Jada Pinkett gets paid what she's worth. She's Will Smith's wife.
Yeah.
He's gonna make sure she get in her bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, we don't even know if she's still underpaid because
Yeah.
she's never spoke on it.
And she's not.
Right.
She's not gonna speak on that.
And what's the lady that played the Woman King? What is her name?
The woman.
Oh,
She played the
yeah,
Woman King. What is her name? Somebody give me her name.
She played in Ghost.
Yeah, she played in Ghost. What is her name?
Demi Moore.
No.
Huh?
You seen
What
this
is her
show,
name?
Ghost.
The black lady that played the Woman King.
Oh,
She played in all those what's the name movies? All of them superhero movies.
I can't think, y'all.
Oh, what is her name?
Viola Davis.
Yeah,
Okay,
Viola.
got it.
There you go.
Viola.
Thank you, Reggie.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Reggie.
Thank you, Reggie.
Thank you, Reggie. Viola Davis said, everyone tells her, well, Viola, this ain't your beef because you're getting paid what you want to get paid, what you're supposed to get paid. And Viola said, y'all don't understand. I have meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting about getting paid what I'm worth. She said she had to tell them one time in a meeting. She didn't say what movie, but she had to explain to them her status.
Yeah.
I beat this actress, and it was a white actress. I outrank her on Oscar. I outrank her on Emmys. I outrank her at the box office. Like, she really had to argue this point with someone that was a co-star. She was the star, and she had to have this argument about getting paid what she's worth. And it's not just black women that are being underpaid in movies, because black men are underpaid also. Black men and black women are the most underpaid people in entertainment and in the workforce.
Absolutely.
And in the workforce. And as long as Oprah is holding the throne to that, then she need to back up and do something about it.
Yeah, she got
Because she has the power.
Yeah, she definitely needs to back that up.
Somebody said, oh, they can't cancel Oprah because the young people can't cancel Oprah because Oprah is not in their generation. And it's our generation that has to cancel her. Because right now, it's our generation, the one that the people listen to her, love her, adore her, buy her magazine. I've never bought the old magazine. I just couldn't get with the narcissist of it. But until she realizes that the rug can be snatched under her the same way she snatched it from under Taraji, she's going to continue to do what she's doing to these actresses.
Yeah, and it's just not fair, y'all.
It's not.
You know, I just feel that, like again, I'm gonna restate what I stated. She should have been a mentor to Taraji.
Reggie said Viola Davis has won every award there is to win in the movie industry. Let me open this up. She said she has won every award there is to win in the movie industry. She said she works so much because the money has never been to the level of her white counterparts. I saw that interview,
Yes.
and he's absolutely right.
He's correct.
He is correct. And you know, Whoopi Goldberg said this a long time ago. Whoopi Goldberg said people don't understand what keeps money is in her pockets. She said she take on so many jobs.
She has to.
She said if they call, she said, she gave an example. She said they called her downstairs this muffin shop had opened in her building downstairs. Hey, we'll pay you $500 just to come and buy a muffin. We'll give you the muffin free. So hey, I'm not doing anything. Let me walk downstairs and make this $500 real quick. But her white counterparts aren't thinking about that $500 because they got the money they need.
Absolutely.
And they will argue with this muffin shop. Number one, name a muffin after me. Number two, I'm gonna need more than $500. They send it straight to their agents. But you have these black actors, they have to go behind their agents' backs and set deals up for themselves. Because when they come into Hollywood, the first thing they tell them, you need a PR, you need a manager, you need a personal assistant. They hit them with so many things that they need, that when they get their paycheck, the money is so thin. And here's what happens to them next. Taxes is hitting them for all of that money.
You know Uncle Sam getting his cut.
For all of that money. And so, what do you think, Maria?
I just think, absolutely. Women, as black women, we catch it hard. Not just in movies, music, but just everyday life.
Yes.
Everyday life, we are always put at the bottom. The bottom.
Yes.
We work so hard because we have to do 10 times, 20 times as harder than our whiter counterparts. And that is not even fair. Not even fair.
Why do you think we can't get more of us to see our wealth, to see more of our work ethics, and have more work trust with one another?
Because we were programmed. We were programmed to go against ourselves and our fellow being. That's what that's all about. It's because they want to keep us down to make themselves look good. So yeah, because we are our own worst enemy.
Well, that's what they trained us to believe, and we have become that.
Yes, we
because
have.
black people have been trained. Oh, I'm like Missouri. Show me. What do you know about Missouri? What do you really know about Missouri for it to be the show me state? For Missouri to be the show me state,
Show me.
show me what's so show me about it.
Show me.
You know, like what's so big about Missouri that they get to say, have the show me come out of so many of our mouths. I'm like Missouri, show me.
Show me.
Like you've never been there. We have to get to the point, people, where there has to become some work trust. And guess what? You're gonna face failures in your life. If you're sitting around waiting for it to always work out for you, you're gonna be waiting like that dude that you told me that story about in that boat.
Oh yeah.
God came along and said, the dude prayed for God to pick him up in the water.
Yep.
3 boats came through. I'm waiting on God. God went to heaven. And he said, God, what would you at? I sent you 3 boats.
You ain't get on the boat.
You ain't get on the boat.
Dummy. That's exactly what he said.
So it's like we have to really start tackling, not allowing our black celebrities that are really out here working hard. And when I say celebrities, I need everybody to understand this. If you are in front of a camera, you are a celebrity.
I agree.
All of this independent crap, that's something that the industry threw out there.
Right.
If you're in a movie on Tubi, if you're in a commercial, if you're on a billboard, if you've been on the news,
Yep.
you're a celebrity.
Right?
You're a celebrity. What this Reggie Ship said, we have been programmed since the Willie Lynch and slavery, so we are not supposed to stand together in any sense. And he is so correct.
That is correct.
He is so correct. They have us. Now, the first thing they wanted to succeed in, and they have succeeded in some cases, not all, is dividing the household.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that.
You divide the household, you've conquered those people within that household. You conquer those people within the household. You're a big fan of the modeling industry.
Right.
Have you found it very hard to break into it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it comes of every excuse there is: too short, too thick. Then my body wasn't proportioned right.
Mhm.
Age was a big factor because of my age. And their excuse was with the age is my age does not match my face.
Mm-hmm.
My age does not match my face.
Mm-hmm.
I look younger than what I'm actually is. But I just think most of
Black
more
ones
so,
are-
it's
I
just
mean,
a
that's-
cop out. It's just a cop out.
Yeah, I mean, all of us black women,
Right.
you know.
You know entertainment.
Hello.
Have you found it hard, like in the past when you were managing acts?
It's a struggle.
It is a really struggle. I mean, it's really hard.
The part that gets me the most here, though, is the doors that are usually closed to us become closed by us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we close our own doors,
We
y'all.
close. I don't understand that. Like, you take for now. They have this thing called Kickstarter, right? And I'm in there every day, almost every day, pushing my proposal for my movie to get more funding, because I'm the type of person that believes a person should be paid what they're worth. So, and then there's this white woman. She comes in the room. She comes into the chat, and now she's advocating the same way I am. But she's not working as hard as I am in this room. She's not working as hard as I don't think I'm an ugly woman. She's not beautiful. She can be beautiful in soul, kind of spirit, but all they see are our faces.
Yeah.
You understand? On our profile.
Yep, that's all they
All they see are our faces on our profile, but they flock to her. And I'm reading the chat, and I'm like, no one has asked her any questions about her music or her movie, and they're just donating. And I'm like, what is the balance here? I went to her page. She doesn't even have a description. She did nothing that I consider putting in work to garner so much attention. And the only thing I saw, I was like, so let me try something here. I was like, because I can't believe that this is just it. So I went and generated my face to a white woman's face into that same
you
chat.
never be doing stuff like this.
You know I'm gonna get them.
Yeah, cause Marie, let me tell you something about this. She gonna change her everything just
That's
to
right.
see what they're talking about.
That's right. I'm gonna get them. So I go back and I just make up a movie name. And when I tell you, my Cash App was like bling, 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 bling. You don't know what this movie's about. And I was like, what is the difference? It's the same face, one black woman, one side white woman. So don't tell me they're not using our complexion as a factor.
And Reggie, I believe you.
Yes.
Absolutely. You hit it.
She doesn't have to
Because it's white privilege. I agree. I agree. And I went and got me some of that white privilege.
Yes, she did.
Because do y'all know this? A black man made the white privilege card. So you know what I did? I paid $39.95 for his little white privilege card.
Yes, she did.
So I can go in that chat room
I
as a
couldn't
white
believe
woman
y'all,
and
calling
stack
you
up some of that
crazy
privilege.
stuff.
Because I don't care.
She don't.
I don't care.
She
If
don't.
you're telling me that you're giving up money based on the color of a person's skin, are you so serious?
Just so another black person cannot get it.
That's right. Just so another black person can't get it. And that's what happened this is exactly what Taraji and Viola and Monique are talking about. They are trying to destroy these women right in front of our eyes.
Yep.
Because they spoke out.
Yep.
And as a black woman, they expect for us not to say anything, but just take everything.
Right.
Just whatever come out their mouth, we just supposed to go along with it.
You're supposed to go along with it. One day I was on a boat on my way to Martha's Vineyard, or coming from it, I can't quite remember. And there was this white guy on there, and he said that he was a professor. So, everybody sitting at my table was black, of course, except one person. And this man, and we ran into this so many times in New England, he felt compelled to tell us that he had black in him. You could look at him and tell he didn't have a drop, I'm just saying. But he did all of this so he could use the N-word in front of us. I kid you not. He did all of this so he could use the N-word in front of us. He said, I was at this restaurant one time, me and my friends, and yes, they were all black. So everybody at my table had toned him out except me. And he goes, and the lady from the kitchen, the chef, came to the table and asked me, what are you doing with all these N-words? But he said it. So I said, God, please forgive me and let this boat get to land safe for what I'm about to say. So I told him, if you don't get your old, we need a, I said it. I said it. And his face just went like, this man looked at me and said, but I'm black.
Everybody want to be black, but don't want to struggle.
Don't want to struggle. I said, well, okay, if you're black, you said you're black, right? I said, watch this when we get off the boat. So when you're coming off the ship, some days there are state troopers standing there, right? Because I guess they're looking for something. So I said, so all these white people, they walk off. State trooper, he just standing there, not bothering anybody. So we walk off, and I walk up to state trooper, and I go, yeah, that's a black man, and kept walking. State trooper looked at me like I was the one that was crazy. But this dude just told me he was a black man. But had he been a black man, because it's a lot of black men that gets off this ship. And I said, I wonder if there were no black men getting off this ship, would that state trooper be standing there?
Think about it.
Food for thought. So I threw him in with the black men. Yeah, he said he a black man. So stop. It goes back to say, stop, Oprah, because we don't believe you. We don't believe you.
I don't believe it at all.
I absolutely don't believe Oprah. I absolutely don't believe her. I look forward to working with you too, Ship. I actually don't believe Oprah. I believe that Oprah is a part of. Let's talk about this whole Tubi thing too.
Okay.
A lot of people putting their movies on Tubi are not aware that Tubi is owned by Fox. By white men.
Absolutely.
So I said, let me dig a little deeper when I found out, because I didn't know. Did you know that, Reggie? Did you know that Tubi was owned by Fox? If you're still there?
Yeah, he's still out here.
I didn't know that Tubi was owned by Fox. Now, if y'all haven't noticed, black filmmakers, the industry has run out of ideas. There are so many movies that are being remade right now. And I said, let me go look through Tubi, right? It's owned by Fox, the big money makers. They still have this site looking like crap, number one.
But have you noticed with Tubi, when I started looking at Tubi, all I seen was black movies. Now they started throwing the mix.
Classic.
White people.
That's where I was going, girl.
Yeah, so that's all what that was. He was building off the black people.
Yes, but here's what they're gonna do. Do anybody remember Crackle when it first came out? Okay, when Crackle first came out, they allowed you to upload any movie you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Any movie. Then one day Crackle emailed everybody and said, you have such and such date to take your movie down because we would no longer be supporting independent film.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, Crackle was bought by one of those big networks.
Mm.
Next thing you see, all these movies that was on Crackle are now mainstream movies with different names.
Mm-hmm.
They're not mainstream movies with different names, but it's the same plot, the same story. Y'all with y'all movies on Tubi, please go read that contract and please pay attention to who y'all are signed with. Y'all are signed with Fox. Fox own Tubi, which give Fox the right to take y'all movie and go remake those movies. I guarantee you, probably starting 2025, Fox come up with so many different movie ideas. It's unreal in the theaters because everybody's running the Tubi and giving them their movie. My movie, The Gentleman, was stolen.
I remember that.
Remember that?
I remember that.
Not only did they steal my movie,
I remember
they stole the name.
Yep.
They stole
They
my
took it all.
plot.
They took it
They
all.
stole my trailer.
They did.
They even stole the poster design. And everybody goes, well, when did you make your? I said mine was out in 2016, 2017. Theirs didn't hit to 2020?
Yeah.
There's about 2020, 2019. I said, I could remember getting an email asking for my rights to The Gentleman, to pay me 20 grand for my rights to The Gentleman. I said, no, this is something I've been working on since high school. No. Then they told me, they asked about my Facebook name because I had to name The Gentleman on Facebook first. So what Facebook did was gave them a blue check. Now I had been applying for my blue check.
Tay, watching us.
Hey Tay, we're coming to see you. But I had my blue check. I couldn't get my blue check, but they gave them their blue check. So then I said, you know what? I'm just gonna turn the date while the lawyers figure this out. And this ain't allegedly. While the lawyers figure this out, I'm gonna turn mine into a drama series. What do you think they did? Came out on Netflix with a drama series. So you know what I did? I went to IMDb and I put drama series all over my stuff because at this point, you're not gonna keep kicking me.
Right.
So guess what they changed theirs to?
What?
TV series. So don't tell me they're not watching. Yes, I have the copyrights. I have the copyrights. I have the trademarks. I know the director of the Library of Congress, so everything I do, send it straight in and get it back the same day.
Right.
But don't tell me you're not watching me when you're changing your name.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I had to do? I pulled all my trailers back. And I rewrote the script, and if everyone go and watch that movie, I tell you go and watch it. You will see that it doesn't even fit the characters because it was written for black men. It was not written for white men. It was written. They gave an all black cast to an all white cast. They don't care about us, y'all.
That's definitely not going to work because a white person definitely can't be black.
Right.
They can't even act black.
And I had where gentlemen from the UK, these black men in America had their lineage from UK. So the gentleman, because what people don't understand, a lot of people don't, and it's apparent they don't understand the term gentleman. A gentleman does not work for his money. His money works for him. So it made me pull mine all the way back. Let's get rid of this gangster stuff and rewrite this script. And let's turn this script into something powerful for black men. Something that they cannot and will not take away from black men.
Right.
And when I sat down and I watched, some of the trailers on the drama series, and I was like, so what they're actually telling us is this is what they think about black men.
Mhm.
And when I got a call from the director and she was like, let's switch this up. I said, it was always my vision to have black men mold and shape a city
Right.
that they gave them the credit for destroying.
Right.
You know what I mean? I said, so that was always the motivation. That was always the dream. But I want to say this to black men who are in the acting field. Stop allowing them to make y'all their monkeys.
Preach.
Because they're dangling y'all from strings and making y'all play these roles you know you're not comfortable with.
Right.
You know you're not comfortable with these roles, and if you're not, don't play them. They think we can't make films about love. Queen Latifah don't get enough credit for making good movies.
Of course not.
Hollywood does not give her enough credit for the movies that she put out and the message that she put in her films. She don't get enough credit. But I can bet you, if Lady Gaga became a film director and a film producer, they would just blow her up. Nothing against you, Lady Gaga. I really like your music. I really love you. But I'm just using you as a reference. But Queen Latifah, she don't get enough praise.
And she's not going to get enough praise. Speaking of actors and singers and all that stuff, I want to talk about the Super Bowl. Let's talk about Usher's.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Usher's performance, you guys. What do you think? You think Usher still got it? You think he?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so the word around town is him and Alicia Keys. Okay, they made the video My Boo. And I thought in my mind it was just a reactment of My Boo. But then there's like, oh, Usher all up on her and what her man thinking about this. What are your thoughts?
Didn't allegedly they supposed to have dated years ago?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I saw my husband was watching something on YouTube the other day, and Usher, before the Super Bowl, the rehearsal and everything. So the biography of that, how it was put together, it was choreographed. So they did that whole thing that him and her did. She was comfortable with it. It was a part of it was a part of the choreograph. So
I mean, but of course, people are gonna blow it up.
Yeah.
That it was more to it than that.
yeah, now if her husband had a problem with it,
Then it was a problem.
He should have spoke up in rehearsal.
Right, because I'm pretty sure he was there.
He should have spoke up in rehearsal.
And he should have been on. He should have been on set.
Okay, Reggie said he was cast for a reality series, but he backed away because he said, I read the contract and saw how they told me that they would edit my parts based on their narrative. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. And you should do a podcast, my guy. You should do a podcast.
He should.
Because there are a lot of actors out there
You should.
who actually need information on starting out. And a lot of, I wish I could just get these black producers and black directors to get together like the Asians did. And the Asians, go on Netflix and pull up Asian films. They in their own world.
Yeah,
Africans are in there. I know we're all Africans, but I'm just saying the country Africa, they're all in their own lane with their films. They're not thinking about Hollywood. They're not thinking about places where we can't get in. They have enough viewership to keep them going. And in the black community, whatever we watching, they gonna come watch anyway because they're curious.
Yeah, they always want to know what we're doing and what we're
they
up
bi
to.
curious.
So they have to be able to come in the lunchroom and jump in on the conversation.
What you say? They have to be able to what?
They have to be able to come in the lunchroom.
There you go. The lady has to be able. See, we crying on when they say something that ain't been said on the Queen's table before.
Yes.
She said, say it again.
I said the whiteys have to be able to come to the lunch table at work to get in on conversations of black people. That's why they stay on top of stuff. they want to know what's going on.
That's right.
And see, that what gets me. I mean, I'm talking about like in the workplace. See, when you go and you get these jobs and you work, you go there and you work. You're gonna have that one or two that run back and tell everything.
Yes, Amasa.
And,
Yes.
yes, and I
Yes.
do not get it to save my life. You rather bring down your own kind, the ones who have your back, to be with the ones who trying to put a dagger in your back.
I've been at work and left work early,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Talk to me.
And had someone on the job call and say, hey, she left.
Talk to me.
And like, what the hell was that about? I had already reported I had left. So why are you throwing me under the table? Let me breathe a little bit. So it's, the workforce is the workforce.
And please, you go to work and you know more than the next person or the person above you, they're coming after you.
Okay, we
And
got
I'm
some.
saying this from experience.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Okay, so this was a Will Packer production, which made Phil so disappointed with that.
You can't bring it. You can't
He
see
said,
all of
okay,
it.
yeah, he said, as a black man, if I'm being my genuine self, then I would never be made to look like a fool for ratings because my check isn't going to change from the contract. Amen. You better speak on it.
What you got? Other
Other
cultures.
cultures stick together. Unfortunately, we don't. Let's not say we don't. Let's say, because we're sticking together. You get what I'm saying? So let's not say we don't. Let's just say there's not enough of us that do. But there are a lot of us that do stick together. But they're always going to put that one in the room to try to keep us divided. And that's where we have to fight in our culture to stay united. I couldn't believe the amount of Asian movies that are out there and they don't have one white person, a whole film all the way through without one white person. Come on, my people, we can do the same thing. We don't need to be pressured into thinking that we need approval from a culture that has raped us of our culture over and over again, just like they doing Beyonce with this country music.
Right.
Leave that woman alone. Y'all didn't create that genre. We used to, okay, here's something that they really got to know, sister. We used to use that genre to run away from your butt.
Yeah, that's how we used to communicate. With each other. Yeah.
That's right. So when they go, I was on TikTok and it was all these young, I call them black haters, on TikTok going, yeah, y'all trying to take our culture now. Y'all trying to take our culture now. So I tapped in. I'm going to send you the link. When you read it, come back and let me know. I went back to their page. They took it down.
Of course.
Because the link I sent them showed them where country music originated from. Guess what? It's not country soul. It's just country music. So stop trying to throw us out of something we created by adding soul to it. And black people, stop allowing them, every time they want to take something from us, they add something to it, an acronym to it, to make it say, okay, now that's yours.
Yeah.
Okay, you can have that now.
Yeah.
Stop allowing them to do that.
Especially when you started it.
Because they're not talking about the 13 years that they all cover Beyonce music for the last 13 years on these country music stages. That's why y'all are not hearing a thing from these country singers. Because they spent the last 13 years covering this woman's music.
Let's talk about
So
it.
now that she's not covering country music, she's singing it. So you're not gonna hear You're not gonna hear about that. You're not gonna hear about that. I'm like, wait a minute. Wasn't she just on stage a couple of years back here with a country singer at the Country Music Awards?
She sure was.
Where's those people that she was on stage with? Why aren't they speaking up for her?
Because she's a black woman, that's why.
Beyonce, if you don't get that blonde off your head and put your hair back brown,
Stop trying to be the Barbie girl. Come
you
on
do
back.
not have
Come
to.
on
You
back,
do
B.
not have to justify yourself to beat their Barbie girl.
Come on back, B. Come on.
When they got the brats out here, they got brat doll and made up of everybody, and they are singers. Barbie ain't nothing but a hoe anyway.
Call girl.
Yeah, I said it.
Ooh, we talking about Barbie now.
So I'm just saying, Beyonce, you do not have to justify yourself to them by making yourself into what they idolize. Jump back across the table, because we're the ones that pushed for that radio station to play your music. So jump back across the table and let them know you can rock this with brown hair, you can rock this with black hair. I know you've always worn your hair honey blonde. You could rock this with, go back to that honey blonde hair. But you do not need that high bright blonde for them to see you. You are Beyonce. And Beyonce never said, I'm taking country music back. She said, what'd she say, Raymond? How y'all gonna forget? She said, drop the music.
Oh, John said break the
Drop
charge.
the music.
Okay.
Girl,
Y'all see them? Y'all see them?
I was lost. I was like a deer in the headlights.
I started
lost.
go. But she said drop the music. She got
Girl,
paid 30
I don't even
minutes
know
to
where I
drop
was
the
at.
music.
You caught me.
Yeah. But yeah, I know y'all sometimes we get thrown off, and you
I'm
know,
trying to
we
read
don't-
emails and everything. You asked me a question.
She's reading emails. We get thrown off, and we do triple black. We do allow ourselves to be divided, and we have to stop that too. But back to Monique's son, because I really have to. I really have to get in on Monique's son. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. That's your mother. You don't know what your mother went through in that field. Have you ever stopped and asked her what's wrong? What happened?
He doesn't care.
No, he don't. No, he
Because if he
don't.
cared, he wouldn't have never said what he said. He would have just addressed his mom.
But how you gonna say, you know, you don't care anything about this woman, and you went into the field that gave her the money to take care of you? Because he didn't say she didn't take care of him. He said she wasn't a good mother. Doctors that spend hours upon hours in the hospital are accused of the same thing by their children, yet they go on to live wonderful lives. If you are not making any money on being a stand-up comedian, tell better jokes. Go to your mommy, borrow some jokes. But firemen, I'm quite sure they wish they could spend more time with their children. Teachers, because teachers bring home a jump load of work. Their students become their children. We hear
Yep, that's true.
we hear children of teachers all the time say this. My parents spend more time with their teachers, with their students than they spend with me. Bruh, you ain't the only one this happened to. Shut up. That's your mother. Since when in the black community did we start defaming our parents?
Again, like we've always talked about, a lack of respect. That's what that is.
I agree.
It's just a lack of respect.
I could never say, look my mother in the face and tell my mother, shut up. Get out of my life. You know, because one time they're going to close their eyes and they're going to open their eyes and their parents going to be out of their life.
Yep, just that quick.
Some of the things these kids say today, whew, I couldn't get away. I just could not get away with it. You saw on the social media, what are we, Gen X, Gen Z, what are we? Do anybody out there know what generation are we? Generation what?
We Gen X, I think.
We're Gen X. You see on TikTok how they keep trying to wake Gen X up, and Gen X keeps telling them over and over and over again. We were the kids that had to wear socks on our hands for gloves.
We were the kids that had to do everything. We paved the way for these kids. That's why they got it so easy. That's what's wrong with them.
We had kids that the school served bologna and cheese to.
God.
We're the kids that had clothes hangers on an antenna on the TV. We're the kids that used to get sent outside and couldn't come back in until the street light came on.
Yeah. We had to.
We're the kids that used to jump from roof to roof for fun. We're the kids that used to do backflips on dirty mattresses in the alleyway. We're the kids that didn't care about, remember them tests, I can't say the word, but we used to take them strength tests and you rub
till your skin come
we
off.
those kids. So
we're the ones that had the hard knock life coming up.
yes, we had the hard knock life.
We went through everything for these kids now.
Yes, we did. So I don't know why they don't know. Reggie said, tell Mo's son to shut up because he couldn't have had a mother he could have had a mother that was a crackhead heroin addict that was in the streets more than she was in his life. Amen, Reggie.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. Reggie.
That's what I'm going to. Like his mother was you said Gen X, right?
Gen X.
His mother was Gen X. His mother was one of those like us. You couldn't eat until your mama told you it was time to eat, or your daddy told you it was time to eat. You had to eat what was on the table, not what you wanted. You had to eat what was prepared.
Absolutely.
If a friend of mine threw a rock and it hit me on the head, I had to hold my thing like this and hope somebody give me some tissue to catch the blood. And then my friend look at me and go, "You alright?" And you shake it off.
Yeah.
And you keep running. In my generation, you knew where everybody was because all the bikes and roller skates was in front of that person's house.
Yep.
Y'all generation, y'all don't have any bikes. Y'all don't have any roller skates sitting in front of people's houses because all y'all have is your devices.
Yep. Social media, internet has ruined these kids.
Running to social media telling them all your mom and daddy business.
Oh yes.
Nothing is a secret no more.
Remember that one white girl on during January 6th election? She called the FBI and told the FBI that her mom and daddy was out there.
Yep.
Her life hard as hell right now.
It should be.
She told her mom and daddy.
You can't make it that easy. What was the
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, get yourself. Oh no! Like, get yourself together. One of y'all take it, cause
It said, LaShawn says, we tried so hard to provide for our children because we went through the crack area that some of created entitled children. I need to put my glasses on.
we did create these entitled children. We did. That's all our fault. That's all on us. These entitled children